Hello and welcome back, and you may know that I was hoping to vlog from Venice this week. Sadly, for various reasons, I can't get there, but I am doing this from London, and I have a letter here from a Mrs. Edith Actual Person who says, Dear Pete, my two sons, 17 and 19, are big film fans, but they do not subscribe to your YouTube channel. Should I just let them get this silly, immature, rebellious phase out of their system, or should I be more strict with them as a parent? Edith, I think you should come down on them like a ton of bricks. We actually have an excellent film out this week, Passages by Ira Sachs, a hetero-queer love triangle starring Franz Rogowski, Ben Whishaw and Adele Exarchopoulos.
I have to go. I have to wake up early tomorrow.
Oh, you're such a pain in the ass.
See you later.
Don't think too much. It's okay, you just have to listen to the music.
What's your name?
I got.
From where?
I know who you are.
Fiercely sexy and piercingly sad, Passages is a tremendous return to form for Sachs after the disappointment of his very odd Isabelle Huppert vehicle, Frankie. It's a love triangle in which two gay men and a straight woman find themselves in a polycule of resentment. A celebrated young filmmaker cheats on his husband with a young woman and then, in an evolvingly weak and dishonest way, tries somehow to finesse a continuing desire for his previous partner with this new heterosexual relationship. The sophisticated Venn diagram of sexual expression that he vaguely imagines is tested to destruction by the simple reality of human feelings. At first, Thomas is airily direct with Martin about what has happened, never apologising, and even asking Martin to help him work through the situation. Deeply hurt, Martin draws into himself. Thomas's affair with Agathe continues, but he panics at the thought of losing Martin and attempts a reconciliation with an explosively and uncompromisingly explicit sex scene. But is he still in love with Martin? Does he love Agathe? Or is Thomas simply trying to reorder the disintegrating situation to his own advantage, using his very considerable sexiness? The passages of the title could mean the transition from one kind of desire to another, or a transition to realising that desire brings new responsibilities in its train. The result is sadness and pain, but this is arrived at via an exhilarating and fascinating adventure. Sachs has been in the past the poet of middle-aged people's feelings. Now he's gone down a generation, almost into Eric Romer territory, into the world of younger people who have much less experience of disappointment and compromise. Or perhaps, in this world of cosmopolitan sophistication, it is Woody Allen territory or Nora Ephron territory. Rogowski, Whishaw and Exarchopoulos are all black belt actors, and they bring this film to a vivid and sensual life. This is perhaps most interesting in the excruciating scene in which Thomas has to have lunch with Agathe's utterly disapproving parents. Her mother Edith communicates with Thomas, or fails to communicate in her halting English, and there's an almost mute cameo for Olivier Rabourdin as Agathe's utterly uncomprehending dad. Exarchopoulos marginally upstages the two men in her final scene facing Martin over a cafe table, in which she rejects a certain present that Martin tries to give her, and perhaps takes a certain tiny, cold pleasure in rejecting it and punishing Martin for remaining loyal to Thomas. There's a rather priggish discourse on social media right about now about the unacceptability of the sex scene, which supposedly does not advance the plot. In Passages, the sex is the plot. Sex is the plot of all our lives. That's all for now. Please give this vlog a like and a share on social media, and please subscribe and leave a comment, and also please buy my book, The Films That Made Me, an edited selection of my essays and reviews for The Guardian. See you next time.